please. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Mayor. We've seen a projected reduction in residents being able to pay council tax from 96.9% to 95.75%. But the Labour administration doesn't seem to recognise its own role in why residents are struggling to pay council tax and its role in the cost of living crisis. Despite the government giving this council a 20% grant increase, despite the council having reserves that are now 5 years ago, now higher than 5 years ago. And also, we frequently heard the administration attacking the government during COVID for not addressing costs. Well, the government not only addressed our costs, it addressed our losses, but it also gave us so much money that we created a reserve, and that formed part of our picture of reserves. So rather than trying to take the pressure off residents, what we see from this Labour administration is keeping the cost directly onto residents. From council tax up, fees and charges to businesses, charities and residents up, the green bin tax up, LTNs directly impacting businesses and earnings. And thanks to their colleagues at the GLA, increasing GLA tax and the ULEZ, which is going to hit the poorest, hardest in our community. Wow. But what is worse is a Labour council is proposing cutting support to 6,500 low-income working households. The majority of them are family in the east of the borough, and they face cuts of £142. They don't like hearing it, but I'll keep saying it. £142 to £1,455. That will represent. Started, so I'll finish. That will represent a hammer blow to many hard-pressed taxpayers. And it's evident in this report that there will actually be, out of this group, it's evident that if they proceed, 800 will be actually out of council tax support completely. And these Labour costs on our hard-pressed residents hits their wallets and purses and fundamentally undermines the government's efforts to support our residents. The energy support cap that was saving an average of £900 for residents. Last year, 8 million households across the country received up to £1,200, increasing to £1,350 this year. The household support grant, which has helped thousands, probably tens of thousands of people in this borough. The government doubling the starting rate of income tax whilst it's been in power to 12,500 people, one of the most generous schemes in the G20. And it's the record increase in the living wage. I could go on, but obviously members don't like hearing it on the other side. So I'll move on to homes for Ukrainian families. It's obviously very welcome, and I agree with the
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Keep going.
my time back because I keep being heckled to hills. I don't like listening. So it's very welcome, and I agree with Councillor Lever that the exemptions are being protected, and also host families receive £350 from the government per month. That increases to £500 per year. Businesses. The government is helping businesses, 15 different grants since COVID and during COVID, but also the government has said the rateable levels are going to be increasing, actually in Enfield far more than the London average. The government's putting in £1.6 billion across the country to help protect against huge rateable increases, an extra £500 million to help small businesses against increases, and very specifically, a £13 million grant to freeze the rate multiplier on businesses, and most importantly, our retail, hospitality and leisure industries were very heavily impacted during COVID. Many are still carrying the debts that they had then, and it's very welcome that the government is increasing the discount from 50% up to 75%. That will make a huge difference. So that is the government stepping in to help protect jobs, investment in our borough. Thank you.